Hello, paleo, gluten-free, and Whole30 eaters out there. This is Laura from LK Lifestyles, and today I'm bringing you a hearty but super easy soup. The soup is going to be made with ground pork meatballs and a few simple and easy other ingredients that you're going to find in most paleo and gluten-free kitchens. I'm going to leave all of the ingredients right in the description below so that you don't even have to go to a blog. I'm going to be making this in my Instant Pot today, so it is a simple and easy recipe to make. This recipe is inspired from the Whole30 Slow Cooker cookbook from Melissa Hartwig. I've actually never made this, but today I'm making it. And I'm making a couple of changes. I don't use Napa cabbage in my soup, and I'm using some ginger juice instead of ginger. And I'm also changing the method for the way that we're going to cook it. But the first thing that we're going to do is make our meatballs, and we're going to preheat our oven for 400 degrees. And once the meatballs are made, we're going to bake them for 10 minutes on a parchment sheet, just to give them a little bit of a head start before we put them into the Instant Pot and cook them in there, because it's going to give them a little bit of a crust on the outside of the meatballs. So with that being said, let's get started making our ground pork and meatball soup. So to make the meatballs, the first thing we're going to do is crack an egg. Right into that. And then we're going to add some chopped garlic. I forgot to show you earlier, but there's definitely green onions in my mix of meatballs. And this is Simple Mills crackers, almond flour crackers that I have pulsed together. You can use almond meal if you like, or a different kind of flour, but I just really like cracker crumbs as my breading mix. Pepper to taste. I love it when chefs say that. Pepper to taste. Salt. Yeah, I like salt. I'm not going to lie. Salt to taste. And then with my hands, I'm going to mix this into a meatball mixture and form it into 8 meatballs. I know that I said that I was going to make 8 meatballs, but I ended up making 10 meatballs out of this recipe because I just didn't dare make them any bigger. I wanted them to cook a little bit through before I put them into the Instant Pot. So now we're going to take these 10 meatballs and put them into a 400 degree oven. And I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And 15 minutes later, we're going to take them out and we'll show you what we did with them then. So here's a quick rundown of what's going to go into the actual soup portion of this meal once the meatballs are done cooking. I have a quart of chicken stock, about a sprinkle of sesame seeds. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of coconut liquid aminos, which I use Bragg's. You can use Coconut Secret, whatever you like. And instead of using crushed ginger, which you have to grate and do all sorts of things to and then chop, and it's always a little bit gritty to me, I have found ginger juice. I give it a shake, and this is 100% ginger juice with an unfortunate touch of citric acid, but it is about 98% paleo, and I use that instead of crushed ginger. A little bit of salt and pepper to taste, haha, and then some chopped garlic. I'm using the coarsely chopped here, and this is 1 shallot that I have also coarsely chopped because it's going to break down really fast. Once the meatballs are done, I'm going to put all of the ingredients right into the Instant Pot. After 15 minutes, these are only just a little tiny bit starting to get brown, so they're perfect. So we're going to put them in a single layer in the Instant Pot. And if you have to pile one on top, it wouldn't be a big deal. They're going to end up getting some juice poured on top of them anyway. But they do smell good already. In case you see the sesame seeds on top sitting there, it is because the sesame seeds were supposed to go into the ground pork meatballs. But since they didn't, I put a little on the outside. So it's sitting in about a perfect layer in here. And next we're going to pour in all the rest of our ingredients for the soup stock. And I'll show you how to start the Instant Pot. So for the rest of this recipe, I'm just going to basically dump some ingredients in. Here's that ginger juice. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of that in after I shook it up. And that will be plenty of ginger flavor. I'm going to put about a handful of sesame seeds in. 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos. Pepper, salt, and the shallot and the garlic. And then we're just going to dump in the chicken stock. We don't even really need to stir this. Then I'm going to put the lid for the Instant Pot on. I don't know what kind you have, but I have what's called the Instant Pot Duo Crisp Plus, and it works fantastic. We're going to set this to pressure cook for 4 minutes and hit start. I have made some zucchini fettuccine quote-unquote pasta here. This is what I'm going to add to the bottom of the bowls. I used one of these, just a thin thing. It actually only took about 5 minutes to do. I skinned the zucchini and then I did that. This is what's left of the zucchini, and I will not put that to waste. I love to use it in stocks and stews and other things that I make. After the soup cooked for 4 minutes, I let it naturally release for about 10 or 15 minutes, and this is what it looks like sitting in the Instant Pot. And I like to serve it over the ribboned zucchini. I put a couple of meatballs on each one, and then I ladle some of the broth over it. I probably put about 8 ounces of broth over the soup, and that's how the zucchini noodles, which are raw at this point, actually start to get cooked underneath. It doesn't take zucchini very long to cook, so this very hot soup will cook it. I want to thank everyone that's watching this video for liking and subscribing to LK Lifestyles. Please leave any comments, suggestions, or requests down in the comment section below. I would even mention your name in a video if you made a request and I made a paleo version of one of your favorite foods below. It's what I would love to do. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again.